All right, I am recording.
All right. My friends, welcome to episode 102 of Prof and Dev Play Games. I'm the Professor Larry at Prof Plays Games on Twitter. And over there's Anthony at SummerSpeak on Twitter, the Dev. How's it going, man?
It's going okay.
Yeah.
Getting ready to go camping tomorrow. So
Awesome. Where are you going?
Out to the coast.
Okay.
Place called Westport. Washington's Cranberry Coast.
Nice.
There's a bunch of cranberry farms there. I didn't know about that until today.
Or marshes or whatever? Where they grow in like the bogs or something like that?
Some people grow them in bogs, some people don't. I guess I'll go see, because we'll be driving right through the whole thing to get to the campground. So,
are you a fan of cranberries?
I do like cranberries.
Yeah.
I can do dried cranberries. Cranberry juice. Good. Yeah.
Yeah. I love cranberry sauce. I love cranberry everything.
That's so true. Good. My wife would eat just cranberry sauce from the can. She does eat cranberry sauce from the can, I should say.
Not even warming it up, just right up with a spoon. Nope. Oh god.
She would. She actually just makes her own now. So.
Oh, that's probably a lot better of an option.
Yeah, but.
Oof. So this week we're going to talk about Gamescom. There's been some news coming out of Gamescom out of Germany, and then we're going to talk about the SNES Classic.
Yeah.
So let's start with the good stuff. Well, I mean, for us, it's good on all sides, but let's talk about Gamescom, which is probably good for most people.
Yeah.
News that we heard. For me, the things that stand out are basically the Xbox conference, just because of the lack of things to stand out. But what caught your eye?
Actually, this is the big thing with Gamescom. I didn't feel like there was anything major new announced.
Yeah.
It was a lot of clearly there's a bunch of stuff that was shown at E3 is actually playable at Gamescom.
Right.
I saw stuff on Evil Within 2 was playable. What else? I'm blanking on it, but there was a lot. Like Shadow of War could be played here.
Right. Super Mario Odyssey.
Like, it's basically like that stuff we showed you at E3. Yeah, it's all playable here. And
somebody was saying that the presentations were like the definitive edition of the E3 presentations.
Yeah, kind of. That's a good summary of the whole thing.
Yeah.
I did see the news today that I don't know if it came out of Gamescom or was separate, but the Final Fantasy 15 Assassin's Creed crossover thing.
Yeah, they look pretty cool.
Which is random.
Can you explain? I didn't quite get what I'd be like if I log into Final Fantasy 15 right now. Will I get the like Assassin's Creed garb, or
I don't
is there some?
Think so. There's some timed event that happens in Final Fantasy 15, like a carnival or something.
Right.
So I think there's something there you have to get that would unlock this.
Yeah, it's like in Lestal, like the place where Cindy and Sid are at.
The big Venetian city.
Oh, it was the Venetian city was Lestal? Oh, I thought it was where
or maybe it's
Sid's garage was.
Maybe.
I haven't played it in a while, so I don't remember.
Yeah, neither have I. That was just out of the blue.
Yeah. Well, and also the Final Fantasy news about like making basically the chibi version of Final Fantasy 15 and putting it out on mobile and maybe Switch, I guess.
Yeah, and they announced the PC version as well.
Oh, that's right. There were like rumors of like 170 gigs for the whole game or something like that.
Of course.
Which I think they batted those down pretty quickly. But
yeah, I mean, if it was 170 gigs for the game, it wouldn't even fit on a Blu-ray for us to be playing it.
Well, they wouldn't. I mean, for PC. I'm talking about for PC. Like, wouldn't be selling discs, right? It's just downloads.
They wouldn't be selling discs, but the game still has to be a certain size. They're not gonna the textures aren't gonna be magically like bigger than they would be for like probably even a Pro PS4 Pro. So true 4K wouldn't be bigger. I mean, it would be if they can do. It'd be bigger, but it wouldn't be 170 gigs big.
Mm-hmm.
It's not going to be much beyond the range of what a Blu-ray can hold.
Okay. Yeah, they batted them down, so they were saying that's not true, but
I bet it's probably be about a 40 gig, 50 gig download.
Mm-hmm.
Isn't that what Destiny ended up being somewhere around? So it'd probably be around that. So,
but some games that are huge, like Doom, ended up being like on nearly 100 gigs.
Oh, okay.
I'm not exactly sure why, but and then Halo, one of the Halos, or even Master Chief Collection, I think ended up ballooning with all the updates.
Yeah. Lestalem is actually the city kind of on the cliffside.
Oh yeah, that's right. Where the big guy where you get all the picture quests from. Yeah.
That's Lestalem. So if something happens there, I don't know. Other stuff I EA showed off Battlefront 2 ship combat.
Right.
Which looks good. I mean, it's exactly what I expect out of the people Criterion making it. Like,
they know how to do vehicle combat.
Yeah, it looks like Burnout in space.
Wow, that's awesome.
I mean, it just has that feel, like the effects, and like they just know look and feel and know how to make this stuff feel fast, and when crashes or explosions happen, they feel visceral. Like,
right.
So, good on EA's part. They chose the right company to do that part. And it seems like the vehicle combat is way more fleshed out. Like, different classes of ships and whole objective gameplay just in space combat. So,
wow. Something that people really wanted from the first Battlefront, I believe.
Yep, and clearly they didn't have time to put that in. So,
yeah,
here it is in this year. I'm trying to think anything else that was really... Blizzard showed off a bunch of stuff for not Diablo.
There was an Overwatch cinematic that got released.
Yeah, Overwatch, a Hearthstone cinematic that got released.
Oh, I didn't see that one. Okay.
I haven't watched it yet, but it deals with like a young girl going into one of the inns, and supposedly there's going to be a lot of story around her. So,
wow, that's cool. I like the single player content in Hearthstone, oddly enough, which is why I'm digging the Legends stuff too. So
yeah, Heroes of the Storm was getting some. I saw the Kel'Thuzad update, and Overwatch is getting all I've seen today is Mercy Patch.
What are they going to do to Mercy?
I haven't read it because I don't play, but it sounds like they're drastically changing Mercy.
Interesting. I'm going to look that up real fast.
Yeah.
There's also some news about Rabbids Cross Kingdom. What was it called? Mario Cross Rabbids Battle Kingdom or something like that. That's getting a season pass, $20 season pass, which is kind of a season pass similar to the Breath of the Wild season pass, where it's like some cosmetic stuff and then like a map update, and then the last one's like a big story update. Okay. So that's pretty, and $20, that's a pretty good price.
That is a good price. It is actually good because I was saying like on Steam this weekend is the QuakeCon sale.
Oh yeah, it's also on a PSN.
Yeah, and then I was looking, it's like, oh, Fallout 4 season pass on a 40% discount is $30.
Oh wow. Yeah.
And I'm like, it is a $50 season pass. Kind of pushing it a bit there.
That's pretty expensive. I think that more like, okay, so the Breath of the Wild season pass, $20. Some people are happy about what's come out so far. Some people are not, but for $20, I think people are pretty willing to give it a try. But $50, that's like doubling the price of the game, basically.
Yeah.
So this Mercy patch is like a complete rework.
Yep.
They're giving her a new ability, a new ultimate. She's gonna fly. Wow. Gonna boost her healing and damage streams. Wow, that's a pretty significant update. No wonder people are talking about it.
Yeah, I mean, my Twitter feed has just been full of Mercy stuff, and I'm like, I don't know. I don't play.
I hope one day you get a chance. Oh, you played. Well, we played together.
I played in the beta
or whatever.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
I'm looking at other stuff. I mean, yeah, it basically looks like it was just a lot of extended trailers, some new gameplay. The Gwent Thronebreaker story.
Yep.
That came out. Which is cool that they're putting single player story content into Gwent, so that I'm like, I'll play that.
Yeah, because that's, I think I talked before about how I was interested in playing Gwent, and when I did, just with the PS4, I'm far enough away from it that I really couldn't read the cards, so I didn't really play much. But a single player campaign would kind of bring me back in. More Witcher story is always better, and it's a character from the books. It's not from the games, so it's kind of more exploring more of Sapowski, his work that they bought for $6,500.
Yeah.
Jesus.
Was this character in The Last Wish?
Yeah.
Okay. Which character was it?
Queen Rabbit? Queen something?
Oh, yeah. Okay.
Queen Rabbit. No, not Queen Rabbit. That's Ubisoft. But yeah, I feel like the news coming out of Gamescom was very just kind of continuing the hype of things that are already released, but not a ton of new stuff like that. The Xbox conference, for example, a lot of people were expecting like big, flashy announcements, and really there weren't any. There was that Jurassic World announcement that's a multi-platform game, anyways.
Yeah. Oh, that came out of Microsoft's?
It did. Yeah, that's where it was first. That was the world premiere trailer or whatever. But then the Xbox One X pre-order went live, and people were able to purchase that. I think we talked about the Xbox,
the Scorpio edition.
That's it. And I wonder how Microsoft feels about like pre-order hype and discussion this week when the Super Nintendo Classic went live, because I feel like way more people were talking about the pre-order for the Super Nintendo Classic than the Xbox One X. Maybe because of supply, I'm not sure, but
it's true. I've been trying to see what we got here, and like on Amazon bestsellers, the Xbox One X Project Scorpio edition was the #1 seller in video games.
It was, okay.
Yeah. It's sold out now. So whatever Amazon's allotment was of it.
Yeah. But it was big enough allotment to make it #1.
Yeah. So, I mean, I guess that... Yeah, I was actually kind of disappointed with the Gamescom stuff. I thought there would be at least more announcements. But
yeah.
I kind of feel like it. Although there's this thing called Biomutant, which looked kind of weird.
Right, by the Just Cause 3 team.
Yeah, it's like, here, let's have martial arts furries. Okay? In a post-apocalyptic world. Why not?
That's what I've always wanted, is post-apocalyptic furries.
Furries doing kung fu.
Yeah, exactly. That's what I dream about at night. I think, it kind of felt like more like an opportunity for tons of people to play tons of games that have previously been announced, or just getting people's hands. It's huge, like 400,000 people, so it's more about getting the public to get their hands on these games and new announcements. I guess we're just always expecting new stuff, and maybe
I usually expect that people that the companies are holding certain things for different games, just to keep the news cycle focused on them, basically.
Right, and the idea that Sony is still holding stuff close to their chest makes sense because they have PSX coming up, but Microsoft doesn't. So this is kind of their big,
this is their last sell for the Xbox One X before it comes out.
And I don't think there was a good sell, even though they sold out. I guess that it's almost like the PS4 Pro. It's for a certain audience is going to buy it no matter what to get all these up-resed games.
Yeah.
But yeah, I don't think they've done a good job of selling it.
No, not yet. They still don't have what I would call incredible exclusives, or really shown the exact thing. I mean, this week we just had the Uncharted Lost Legacy come out. You've played a few chapters of that. I mean,
oh boy,
it's still like exclusive Sony. You can't play that on PC. You can't play it anywhere else. It's a Sony game. Right.
And boy, is it good. 2 chapters in, it is like, I've never been super impressed with the Uncharted writing. I've definitely loved the games. It kind of seems like popcorn, right?
Oh, yeah.
Action movies, which is what it's supposed to do, what it is anyways. The Last of Us, though, the writing in The Last of Us was good. And I feel, from what I've played so far, it's like you take the gameplay of Uncharted and you take the writing of The Last of Us and put them together, and that's what The Lost Legacy is.
Wow.
Which, I'm only 2 chapters in, but the writing is superb. And the gameplay is just like Uncharted 4, so.
How long do you think the game is, then? How many chapters?
I don't know how many chapters, but it's 7 to 9 hours, depending on how quickly you play. I
mean, that's why it's cheaper. They're not.
Yeah, exactly.
But man, if they can keep, like you said, that quality of writing up for that entire time.
Yeah. I hear that it continues to be good, so I'm looking forward to seeing it. But just to see the interplay of these 2 characters it's well written. Hopefully you'll get a chance to play it. I'm sure you will eventually.
I will. Yeah. I definitely will. With this camping this weekend, PAX next weekend, which I'm honestly just budgeted most of my game money to go to PAX.
Oh, yeah.
Because that will be not cheap, I should say. I'm not going to go crazy, but
you want to buy something.
I tend to, yes, have some fun at PAX.
Well, and there's with that share play, like you could play my version. You could play my copy, basically.
Oh, wow.
I don't know how. Or you can. I think my PSN name is still logged into your system. Oh no, you sent it in.
No, I don't have it. It's fine. Yeah. I'm not worried about getting to play it. Like, that's not an issue. It just will probably be a few weeks.
Well, it's just the time,
Yeah.
So, well, it's like, for me, No Man's Sky, and then this, and then Rabbids comes out next week. So there's like 3 big games that I want to be playing all at the same time. So
crazy.
And then there's a game of I've gone back to work and keeping a kid alive, so I don't get that much time to game, which is fine.
Nope.
A couple hours here and there.
Yep, that's exactly what it is.
Yeah. Well, speaking of the kid and games, my kid's starting to cry. We'll see if that's a real cry or not. We were all playing the game of getting the SNES Classic pre-order done. And my kid woke me up at 1 a.m. to eat, obviously. So woke up and fed her, as you do. And I'm, rocking her to sleep. And as I'm rocking her to sleep, I have my phone in my hand, just kind of perusing the internet, Twitter usually. And I saw that Best Buy pre-orders had gone up at 9 p.m. Pacific time. And I was like, oh man, I missed the pre-orders. And as I scrolled down 2 more swipes, it was IGN Deals Twitter account that says Amazon.com pre-orders are live for the SNES Classic. So I click over, and it's this dummy page. They have like a different name. It's like Nintendo Game Trust Super Nintendo Digital Download or whatever. And I was like, well, Amazon doesn't charge you till they ship, and I probably won't get screwed. This probably isn't a scam, so I'm just going to buy one. And then I ended up buying 2. And then I ended up texting you and saying, hey,
and I
this is live.
Woke up for whatever reason. The phone was by my head, buzzed enough for me to wake up. And I groggily woke up, see the link. And I just pressed like the 1-click buy. It opens the Amazon app on my phone. I'm like, sure, go.
Right. Nice.
Wake up the next morning. I'm like, yep, I did do that.
Well, and it ended up being legit. Like they're trying to get away from the bots, so they put up this weird page. Okay, there's the kid.
Okay.
So I am going to leave the episode, but you can continue to talk if you'd like.
Okay.
But it's been nice talking to all of you for this episode, and I will see you next week.
Later.
See ya. Bye.
So I will continue with that just for a little bit on the SNES Classic. I did get to wake up and got that order in, thanks to the Prof. And I didn't think it was legit completely. I mean, it did say SNES Classic in the pre-order name, but it had a bunch of other junk in front of it. But by later that day, that had sold out, and from what we know, it's legit. My pre-order hasn't been updated to a proper product page yet as of today, so still crossing my fingers that it's not fake, but it's the right price. And there's been at least some confirmation online through Amazon customer support that it's legit. This did make a lot of people very, very salty, though, because I was one of these people, too, that was asked for email notification whenever it became available. Well, the page that I asked for email notification of is still there, and it's the SNES Classic, but it's never come back in stock. It's this dummy page, which they used to get rid of bots, so bots couldn't buy it. But still, if you wanted a notification, you're not getting one. So, middle of the night, you just got lucky and got one, and there's a lot of people that did not get one of these, and a lot of people that are very, 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 very angry. So I'm sorry for people not getting one. I expect Nintendo will have multiple shipments of it, but I actually don't think they could have produced enough of it to meet demand of how many people that want it ever. Like, there was always going to be people that weren't going to get this system. And lo and behold, a lot of people didn't get it. A lot of very big people on Twitter didn't get it, starting a ruckus that it was a very poor way to do pre-orders. But I got it. The Prof got it, which is crazy, and I finally let myself get hyped for it. And oh my god, am I so hyped for the games on this thing. I don't even know where to start now, like really thinking about it. My son is pretty much set on starting with Super Mario World. He really wants to do that. A Link to the Past, because he really likes Zelda, to play those. My daughter wants to see A Link to the Past quite a bit, and we'll see how well she can handle the controller. My son is actually pretty excited because I showed him the controller, and it feels like he feels better that he'll be able to hold it better than like a PS4 controller, which is still kind of bigger and more awkward for him, and his hands kind of small. It makes the games kind of hard to play. So Super Nintendo controller with just being smaller in the hand, no joysticks, anything like that. He feels pretty excited about that. Myself, I just don't even know. Super Mario World, Super Metroid, Link to the Past, Earthbound, Final Fantasy III, Secret of Mana. Wife wants to kick my butt in Street Fighter 2, which she probably will. I mean, there's Mario Kart on there. Just so many amazing games. It's going to be an awesome little thing to have, and in some ways I feel like it's a great introduction for kids to games, because the Super Nintendo games look, that fidelity and quality of 2D graphics was at a good time where it still holds up. I mean, games are still made to look like Super Nintendo games. There's good color palette, good tends to allow for good sprites and things like that still have a very pleasant aesthetic even today. So showing my son trailers of different games, and he's like, he really likes them and likes how they look. So pretty excited to try that one out and play it. Yeah, so I feel bad for people who can't get one right now. I crossing my fingers that there'll be a couple more shipments before Christmas. People can get them, alleviate some of this anger, and that Nintendo will continue to produce this one, unlike the NES Classic, and it try at least to meet closer to what demand is for this. But it's true what the prof said earlier. Like, I feel like my Twitter feed, the game, like news sites, everything were all talking about the SNES Classic pre-orders and ignoring the Xbox One X, which is sad for Microsoft. But Nintendo has really been on top of keeping their name out there in the media consistently, week after week. Like, they are clearly doing a plan to keep Nintendo at the forefront of people's mind, and I think it's working really well. Switches still aren't really readily available. I saw some come back in stock. I'm waiting to get mine in probably like a month or so, a month and a half. I'm really hoping I can find one at that point. If not, I might be talking to some friends that work at Nintendo and seeing if I can get one from the Nintendo store, if they even have them. Either way, Nintendo's doing very well right now, and I expect that they will continue to do pretty well in the future. So yeah, I don't have a whole lot more to talk about. I was going to talk to the prof about playing No Man's Sky, which I've been just completely into, and I know that he is too. The story update, I'm getting a little bit farther into the mystery in the story, and it's really pulling me forward. There's a lot more depth to the gathering than when there was before. There's nanites. That was something I just didn't mention last week, that there's a lot of upgrades and stuff you can buy using nanites, and you want to find nanites and different things, and you want to, like, I have quests now to mine that I need a specific silicate ore, but I can't do it until I have an advanced mining laser, so I need to get the advanced mining laser and install that in my multi-tool, which I finally got a bigger multi-tool, and I need more like inventory space on myself. Like, I feel like there's just a better set of objectives for you to set and the game set, so that you're always feeling like you're progressing and doing something, especially once you put down a base and start filling that with different stations, a science station, an armory, and then just the normal construction station. That these aliens are giving you different tasks to do, and it just makes the whole thing quite a bit deeper and have more. I mean, it's still not the deepest game, but it adds a bit more of a Minecraft feel, any of those survival game feel and mechanics, which just make the game better overall. It's not hindering it at all. Space combat seemed to be done. I've shot down a few ships now, pirates, and that seems to be, it felt quite a bit better. Yeah, just overall, the game across the board just feels better and deeper and more meaningful. So, kudos to them, really into that. Beyond playing that, like my whole life is sci-fi right now. Beyond playing that, I've been reading the Starfinder RPG, which, for people who don't know tabletop RPG, there's a big game out called Pathfinder for the past few years, which is based on D&D 3rd edition. Still running that, because when D&D split to 4th and 5th editions, people really liked 3rd edition, and 3rd edition had this way to just be open, so anyone could make third-party content for it and sell it. The company Paizo took it and just started making content called Pathfinder to let that style of D&D live on, and now they've done a game called Starfinder, which is a sci-fi version of that, which is really cool. It's super crunchy. I don't know how it's for crunchy nerd RPGing, less narrative, more tactical, and big numbers and everything. But they've designed a really cool world, and it's really impressive. I highly recommend checking it out if you just like consuming neat sci-fi worlds and content. Something I totally enjoy doing. Looks like the Prof is going to be able to call back in just for a few minutes, and we can continue our discussion together about the SNES Classic. So, without further ado, us talking together again. All right, we're back recording.
All right, so this SNES Classic thing, like, I'm excited that we both got copies, which just seems like a freaking miracle. But everyone else just gets screwed, right? Like, Amazon does their thing in the middle of the night, Best Buy does their thing in the middle of the night for the East Coast, and then all the other retailers are like up and down in 2 minutes. Yeah,
I mean, people are going to lose their mind no matter what, though. It was going to sell out.
Yeah, I mean, they're going to sell it, so there's not going to be enough for everybody.
Yeah, I mean,
and they kept talking about how they're going to have more than the NES Classic, and it just seems like there were hardly any.
Now we'll see if there's multiple waves. I assume that they'll have more before Christmas. Leading up to that, like that's the whole point. The thing is where I'm like, even if they had said, okay, all retailers you can pre-order at like 10 a.m. whatever day, most sites would just get crushed, and most people would still not get them. So
yeah, those bot programs would have gotten them all anyway. So at least with the Amazon one, like because it was on a dummy site or a dummy page and no one knew, it was easy for people who were awake at that point to actually get them, because it was up for like 40 minutes, that Amazon page.
It was up for a while. I mean, your text, I woke up not immediately. It was like 10 minutes later that I finally pulled myself out, and I still had no issue getting one. So
right. Well, yeah, and I bought one, and I waited like half an hour. Then I was like, you know what? I should probably buy a second one. I'm probably going to scalp that one just to pay for my first one.
Yeah.
My friend here found out that I had two. He's like, I'll buy that second one from you. I was like, I kind of feel bad charging you double because I'm using it to recoup the cost of the first one. He's like, oh, I'll pay you retail. I was like, I don't think so.
You're like, no, I can get... What are they going on eBay for right now for a pre-order?
Like 200, 250, something like that.
Yeah.
Like I'm willing to give my friends like a discount, but I'm definitely gonna sell it at... I'll sell at the low market value to my friends, but I'm not going to lose money. Sorry.
Yeah. It's pretty crazy, the price. Yeah, looks like they're going around $290, $300.
Holy hell. That is
for a pre-order.
And I wonder if that's like, once it's actually out in the wild, I wonder if that's really going to be the price. Like if it comes to the 29th of September and people can actually walk into a Toys R Us and buy one, or if they're... A bunch of scalpers can get a hold of them, and then if there's more flooding the market, maybe the price will come down.
I mean, the price is already coming down. I'm looking at like sold listings. Mm-hmm. They were consistently more around $350 a few days ago.
Right.
And now it's $290 seems to be what they're going for. It will continue to go down. People will get them, and then the only way they won't go down is if Nintendo says, sorry, that's it. But I don't think we're at that point yet. I think Nintendo has been clear that they aren't going to... kill it that quickly.
Yeah, I can see like another wave of online sales happening later because this is the first. I feel like this is the first wave.
Yeah, I do too. And thinking about that, it shares production line with the RAM chips, at least with the Switch, that they just have to pick and choose how many they're doing at the time, because I can only imagine they're ramping up Switch production as well.
Right.
So I feel bad for anyone who didn't. I feel bad for anyone who didn't get them, but
yeah, me too.
But I think if you really want one, you'll be able to get one for a retail price.
Right. Yeah, I think with some patience.
Yeah.
And I think at the end of the day, when it's all done, there will be more SNES Classics than Nintendo Classics.
Oh, yeah.
Or NES Classics. But people are going to have to be patient, I think.
Yeah. And people don't like being patient.
No.
We want instant gratification now. Give it to me now.
Yeah, exactly. Well, I'd be freaking out a little bit too. I mean, not freaking out, it's a first world problem, but I really wanted one of these. So if I couldn't get this pre-order, I'd be a little sad.
Yes.
I'm happy that it worked out for us at least.
So am I. It has that, I saw the thing, the rewind functionality.
Oh, that's so rad. Yeah.
Talk about making it easy on me.
Yeah, it's like the Rare Replay did that, and then Forza Horizon does that.
So they just do it for all these games in here. That's crazy.
Yeah, it's actually, it's a nicer feature than the save state, because you don't have to like keep going through that menu to reload saves. You can just rewind pretty quickly.
Yeah.
That's nice.
Yeah.
So, yeah, good stuff.
It has been good stuff. It's been a crazy week in that regard. Just for that thing. That thing just blew everything up.
Oh, I know. It's just all that anyone was talking about in the video game space for a while. Kind of obliterated the Xbox X pre-order discussion.
It did. It obliterated a lot of discussion. It's been crazy.
Yeah, that's true.
People love these games, though.
Oh, they're so good. Like you said, after you pre-ordered it, you went back and looked at the games that were on that thing, and they're just really, really good.
I went down the list with my kids and my wife. And my wife is very clear. She's like, I want to play that. I want to play that. I want to play that. I'm going to beat your ass in Street Fighter. She said. That challenge has been thrown.
Throwing down the gauntlet. Jeez.
Yeah, I'm just like, okay, I bet you will.
Came out of nowhere. Kind of makes me feel happy that I didn't buy the one on the Switch, because it just feels right having the Super Nintendo controller in my hand playing that game.
Yeah, and my kids, I showed them the controller and everything, and my son's super excited for that controller, just because it will fit in his hand a lot better than a PS4 controller.
Well, and it's more comfortable than the freaking NES controller, that square block thing.
Yep. So yeah, I'm pretty excited.
Yeah. And I'm oddly excited to play Star Fox 2, and I bet $100 it's gonna be better than Star Fox 0.
I wouldn't take you up on that bet, because I bet it is.
Oh my god, that game was terrible. Traded in as soon as I beat it.
I can't believe you beat it.
Well, look, I was just fucking determined.
Yeah.
Oh. My girl's getting a little squirmy here, so I guess I gotta end this again.
Yep. Sounds good. Well, it's nice talking to you. Yep.
All right. Yeah, nice talking to you too. Thanks for checking in with episode 102 of Prof and Dev Play Games. I'm at Prof Plays Games. He's at Summer Speak, and he's going camping, and I'm going to go hang out in No Man's Sky eventually.
Good plan. All right.